I love this idea of the purpose effect being like both on purpose and living a life of purpose. And the very first chapter in my book, I wrote a story about John Maxwell. I'll share this with you real quick because to me, it just leads right into your passion. So I went to Costa Rica with him. If those of you that know John Maxwell, he's Inc. magazine says he's the world's foremost authority on leadership, written 100 plus books, sold 40 plus million copies. And we went to like the U.S. Embassy, met with the U.S. ambassador. We went to the black tie event at the theater, National Theater, with all the business people. Went to the police graduation with like 3,000 police cadets. It's like totally surreal experience. But one of the stops we make is at a local university, and he's teaching these Costa Rican students. There's about 500 students, and if you guys can imagine, it's like a theater style. So there's a stage and like a theater style with seats going up. And if you've ever watched him teach, he'll sit like on a high chair. He'll have a table next to him, and he'll teach from an iPad. It's just kind of how he teaches, and his content's so rich that he can sit there and teach, and it's all good. So he's teaching and teaching. These kids are college age, so they're 18 to let's call it 21, 22. And then Ashley, all of a sudden, he just stops and puts his hand on his chin, crosses his legs, and doesn't say anything. Just it's like something hit him, hit his heart or hit his mind. And he said, "If there's only one thing I could share with you kids that would have the most impact in your life, it would be this one thing." But he just doesn't say anything. He sits back. It's like he's like processing this thought, this moment. Long story short, he finally stands up. He doesn't say anything. Stands up off the stool and walks to the edge of the stage and just holds his arms straight up in the air like this. Doesn't say anything. Just holds his arms straight up in the air. Well, sitting next to him in the table next to him is a guy named JV, Juan Verrecken. Juan is the Latin American John Maxwell. He's his interpreter, but he's also his ambassador for all of Latin America. So he's watching John do this, and John's just sitting there on the edge of the stage, hands straight up. So JV gets up off his stool, walks over next to John, puts his arm straight up in the air like this. So both of them are sitting there, no one's saying anything. And it's 15 seconds have passed, 20, it feels like 3 minutes, almost like an awkward silence in a way. For sure, a dramatic pause, if not almost awkward silence. And finally, about 30 seconds in, a Costa Rican student stands up. It's an 18-year-old young woman. She holds her arm straight up in the air. No one said anything. And then another person stands up, another person, the whole audience stands up, holds their arm straight up in the air. And John, with his arm straight up in the air, he said, "If there's only one thing I could share with you that would have the most impact in your life, it would be this. Live an intentional life." He said, "Most people have uphill hopes and downhill habits." And he said, "You don't accidentally go up hills, you only intentionally go uphill. And all success is all uphill all the way. So live an intentional life." And to me, a life of intention is a life on purpose and a life of purpose. And it's really the foundation of any change is just saying, I want to be intentional. What do I want with my life? And I don't want to just drift and just have life happen to me. I want to actually intentionally go create and design a life, design emotions, design my body, where it's getting the physical fitness, design my happiness, design my health in a way that I'm living with intention versus just drifting. So I love this idea of
Yeah.
being both of purpose and on purpose.